Hi Capricorn. This is Lost Twin Tarot. My name is Colette if you've never viewed me before. Capricorn, this is just a bonus reading for the St. Patrick's Day holiday. It's kind of like a what makes you lucky. We're always talking about gratitude and everything. And we really don't practice it enough. So this is kind of like one of those readings of what are some, symbols or different things, what kind of makes you lucky. And so it's a three-card spread. I'm gonna be pulling also an oracle card from the Star Temple Oracle, and I'll be reading a passage out of there. It's a general reading, so just take the pieces that resonate and then drop the rest. And they've been, a little bit heavy so far. Um, I don't have my green on today. The last few readings I did, they've been pretty heavy so far. Um, whether you celebrate this holiday or not, it seems like where I live, everybody's Irish for the day. So that's why I kind of wanted to do these readings, just kind of as a bonus. When I was meditating on your cards, Capricorn, it was kind of like for the symbols, the first symbols, some of you might consider like seahorses or sea turtles, kind of like a special symbol for you. Um, The other thing I was getting was just like religious figures. You might just take that as like kind of like your guided symbol. The other thing was like your heads up, like pennies, like if they're heads up pennies, but if they're tails, you won't take them. Um the other thing I noticed was or that I was seeing is like just certain numbers. And if you was like a certain numbers are, one of those things that you find lucky. Um, what else was there? Um, oh, rainbows were another thing. And some of you might find rainbows like a special sign for you. The other thing I was getting is that just kind of what in general, some of you, I kept hearing you're never short of stories, never short of stories. And that, you like, some of you might like to have a nice car. You like having a nice car is important to you. And that you're always like a good provider. So let's see what they have for you. What's on the bottom? You have the Justice card on the bottom. This is a three-card spread. I don't know if I said that before. It's just like a short mini reading I'm trying to do. Um, you have three really good cards so far. Some of the readings have been like, yeah, really, really deep. But these three cards really look good. So you have the Three of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Which isn't surprising. The Nine of Pentacles especially. The Ace of Wands, so what is this reading saying about how does this make you lucky? The Ace of Wands is all about, a new opportunity, and it's always like about, something fresh, something new. It's out with the old, in with the new, it's about excitement, it's about passion. It's all about like a fresh start too. That extra spark, So I feel like this is how does this make you lucky? So of course makes you lucky because I feel like, you're never short of, something exciting going on. I feel like Capricorns always kind of have, just kind of like a little bit of buzzing going on, whether you're kind of going out or you got something like a project or work or, it's always kind of like you're just kind of always, got something going on. Um, and I feel like this is kind of like, this does make you really lucky because I feel like this keeps you out of kind of like a humdrum lifestyle. Um, I also feel like this kind of keeps you, from getting bored. I feel like you need this as well, from getting bored. I feel like you have to have some sort of excitement in order not to get bored. With the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like this is showing, you're always going to be financially stable, no matter what, whether you're with a partner or not, or whether you have, you know, whether you have um, whether you're home with your parents or whether you have a roommate or whether you're staying with like a friend or whatever the situation you are, I feel like this is always going to be, you're financially stable. She has these three pentacles on the one side, the six on the right. So she's always going to have money, plenty of money to give out, plenty of money to spend, and she's always going to have plenty of money, in the bank account. And, she's very skilled. Capricorns always seem like they're very well skilled in something. Um, they always have, like, a, they always have not just like a just the like a gig, they always have a like a job, they always have some sort of trade, um and it's always like it's always like they have something that they've worked very hard for, and that's kind of what the Nine of Pentacles is about. She has the grapes all over her, that card, and grapes are very hard to grow, um and they represent, abundance. They represent, just a lot of they represent hard work, they represent, just your life kind of like flourishing. And and she has, and there's nobody else in this card saying, she's done this all by herself. There's nobody else here, you know and I feel like that's kind of also, what makes you really lucky. You don't really have to depend on anybody. If you have somebody with you, all the better. But, it's kind of like you really never have to worry about, anybody else in the picture. You have the Three of Cups as well. To me, I feel like this is kind of saying both things. For one, I feel like this saying that you're never short of, like, people around you, whether this is family or friends or just, whether this is, work colleagues or anything like that. I feel like this is kind of just saying you're never short of just kind of people around you. You're always ready to have a good time as well. And I feel like this is also saying, whether even though you're very independent, and you can do things on your own, and maybe even at the end of the day, you go home alone, you do like to be around people. You do like to have a good time. You like to go out. You like to have, nice dinners, or even, these don't have to be expensive dinners, but you like to just go out and have a nice time with people. You like to have good conversation. You know, this also card represents, like I feel like, whatever kind of life throws at you as well, you're kind of like you can, heal very quickly. Um, I feel like you can heal quickly as long as you have people in your life, and you can heal really quick, as long as you have your work. And as long as you kind of have that new spark or that new passion. Um, I feel like you can kind of bounce back very quickly, because you have, you just always have a lot going on. You have your work, you have your friends, you have, this, passionate kind of buzzing around. So for you, Capricorn, I feel like it's almost like as long as I got, my people, as long as I got my work, as long as I got something kind of, new, kind of buzzing around my way, as long as I'm getting into something, it's, I'm fine. But if you have a kind of like a bored Capricorn or someone who they're not kind of getting into anything, it's almost like that's kind of when they're not at their, I feel like you're not really feeling lucky, you're not feeling good, you're not filled with gratitude, um, when you're like that, because you feel, you feel kind of lonely. You could feel kind of just, and I mean, which of course we would all make sense. But some people like to meet, some signs like to be, you know, they feel comfortable alone. But I feel like Capricorn, I feel like because you have those three pentacles on that side, you don't mind spending the money. You don't mind going out and dropping, paying the check or whatever. I feel like, and I feel like it's because you, you kind of, you like taking care of people. I feel like you like, and it's not about really money. It's just that you like to, you just want people around you. I feel like, you're kind of, maybe you work alone or maybe you work at home all day, or maybe you work really hard and you just want to cut loose at the end of the day. So you don't mind bringing people out and kind of, saying, hey, let's, just kind of blow off some steam at the end of the day. Um, but yeah, you have some, really good cards. Um, let's see what the Oracle card is. I'm kind of stuck together here. And I apologize, Capricorn. I feel like, I'm never really realized how bad of a speller and a reader I am until I get older. You have number three, if number three is significant to you in any way. This is the winged messenger creation. Spiritual direction inspires my creative flow. So I'll hold it up for you as well. Right, I have a marker like here so I can try to hold it up in the camera as best. Okay. So number three, the winged messenger, creation. Spiritual direction inspires my creative flow. Star words, create, inspire, and guide. Hermes, the celestial guide and son of Maya, inspires creativity that is aligned with is aligned with your visions. After all, dreaming is a form of planning. Your creative juices flow through meditation, transcendent connection, and focused intention. You may be an artist, a musician, a writer, a speaker, or something else entirely. It doesn't matter what form your creativity takes. Surrender and delight in your imagination. Embrace your inventiveness. Forget perfection and instead immerse yourself in unique expression and authenticity. Yeah, and Capricorn, I feel like that fits really well, with that Ace of Wands, you know, type energy. It says it doesn't matter what form of your creativity takes, surrender and delight in your imagination, embrace your inventiveness. Forget protect for I'm so sorry, my braces. Forget perfection and instead immerse yourself in unique expression and authenticity. So, maybe if you've been feeling stuck, or if maybe if you feel like you have, things haven't been, you know, you feel like, maybe there's a blockage or anything going on in your life, Capricorn, maybe you feel like, well, I work, I go out with my friends, but I feel like, something's not right. You know, maybe that's something that could maybe be something that you need. Maybe you do need maybe like a creative outlet, that Ace of Wands. Maybe you need something kind of like maybe just something that you never thought you would do. Um, maybe like just like a creative hobby that you could get into, something to keep you, kind of just get your brain working. Capricorns are so smart and they're really good with different things. And it's almost like if you feel like you got a blockage going on, you could use that your extra brain power to kind of get into something else, and like get into a new skill, and it could possibly guide you into a different direction. Not saying you're going to change jobs or anything else or go on, into, a whole new direction of life, but it could, maybe, turn into something different. Maybe you could take this hobby and turn it into, maybe you know, a, a side, a different extra, a second income for something. Or maybe you meet another person and, introduce them to your circle of friends. Anything. Or maybe you have a single friend and you meet somebody and you're like, oh, well, you would be great for my friend. Something like that. So just something like that where maybe this could kind of lead you into more of a almost like an olive branch type of thing. After all, it is like the Ace of Wands. It's just kind of like a little tree growing. But I think this is a really good reading, Capricorn. It's definitely lighter than some of the other ones I've done so far. But thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. If you do go out for the holiday, just remember to be safe and have a lot of fun. And I'll hope to see you really soon. Thanks. Bye.